Imagine waking up tomorrow to the news that your entire financial future has been rewritten overnight. The stacks of Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong you've been holding on to, often dismissed as mere paper by skeptics, are suddenly being exchanged for life-changing sums of money in specific global financial hubs. This isn't a drill and this isn't a generic hope. This is a precise strategic breakdown of where that reality is most likely to unfold first. For years, the conversation around the dinar and dong has been shrouded in mystery, hype, and a frustrating lack of concrete data, leaving investors and hopefuls in a state of perpetual limbo, wondering if the monumental revaluation they've been promised will ever materialize. But what if I told you that by analyzing global financial patterns, international trade agreements, and the silent preparations happening within the world's most powerful banking institutions, we can pinpoint with startling accuracy the exact countries that are poised to offer the highest exchange rates the moment the gates finally open? The truth is, the revaluation is not a singular, isolated event that will happen uniformly across the globe. It is a financial tsunami that will hit different shores with vastly different intensities. Some nations, due to their deep-seated economic ties, oil dependencies, or strategic geopolitical alliances, will recognize the new values almost instantly, while others may lag behind, creating a critical window of opportunity for those who are strategically positioned. This video is the result of painstaking research and analysis, moving beyond the rumors and into the realm of tangible, evidence-based projections to give you a clear, actionable roadmap. We are going to count down the top 5 nations where your dinar and dong will not just be accepted, but where they will command the absolute peak value, potentially turning a modest investment into generational wealth. The criteria for this list are rigorous, focusing on existing financial infrastructure ready to handle such a historic event, the strength of pre-existing economic relationships with Iraq and Vietnam, the stability of the local currency, and the political will to engage in such a transformative monetary shift. We are talking about nations that see beyond the short-term volatility and recognize the long-term strategic importance of a revalued Iraqi dinar, which is intrinsically linked to the nation's vast, untapped oil wealth, and a revalued Vietnamese dong, representing one of the fastest-growing economies on the planet. So if you're holding these currencies, your first and most crucial step is to understand that your physical location and your choice of exchange venue could be the difference between realizing a significant profit and unlocking a truly historic fortune. The global financial landscape is about to be redrawn, and the early movers, the well-informed, will be the ones who reap the greatest rewards. Forget the generic advice. What you are about to get is a targeted intelligence briefing designed to place you at the epicenter of the biggest wealth transfer event in modern history. Let's begin our countdown, starting with a nation whose financial prowess and historical connection to global currency events makes it an undeniable, albeit surprising for some, contender for the highest rates. So let's dive right into the heart of the matter, beginning with our number 5 entry, a nation whose financial ecosystem is so robust and globally integrated that it simply cannot be ignored when the floodgates of revaluation open: Singapore. The reason Singapore makes this list isn't based on speculative gossip. It's rooted in its unshakable identity as Asia's premier wealth management hub and its relentless pursuit of becoming a gateway for global capital flows, particularly from the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Think about it for a moment. Singaporean banks are renowned for their discretion, their stability, and their sophisticated handling of exotic and non-conventional assets, making them the perfect first port of call for high-net-worth individuals seeking to liquidate a substantial position in a revalued currency like the dinar. Furthermore, Singapore has deep and growing trade ties with both Iraq, as a potential partner in the energy sector, and Vietnam, which is one of its key ASEAN allies with massive investment corridors already established. This existing financial plumbing means that the moment a formal revaluation is announced, the major banks in Singapore, names like DBS, UOB, and OCBC, will have the regulatory frameworks and international settlement protocols in place to act fast, likely offering rates that are highly competitive to attract this new wave of capital. Moving to number 4, we shift our gaze to the gleaming skyscrapers of the United Arab Emirates, specifically Dubai, a place that doesn't just follow global finance, but actively shapes it. Dubai's inclusion is a no-brainer when you analyze its symbiotic relationship with Iraq. It's not just about geography, it's about bloodlines of commerce. Billions of dollars in trade flow between Iraq and the UAE annually, with Dubai acting as a crucial logistical and financial hub for the entire Iraqi business community. Many of Iraq's most powerful businessmen and politicians already hold assets and conduct their international banking in Dubai, creating a built-in massive demand for a revalued dinar right at its doorstep. The financial institutions here are agile, accustomed to dealing in multiple currencies, and are driven by a competitive spirit that will compel them to offer premium rates to capture what will be one of the largest liquidity events in the region's history. The very fact that the economic survival and expansion of Dubai is tied to the prosperity of its neighboring nations makes it a guaranteed hotspot for exceptionally high dinar values, and by extension due to its global nature, for the Vietnamese Dong as well. Now entering our top 3, we arrive at the United Kingdom, and specifically the hallowed halls of the City of London. This is where history and modern high finance collide to create a perfect storm for favorable exchange rates. The UK, through its historical legacy and its current role as a global Forex powerhouse, has an intricate network of correspondent banking relationships that span the globe, including direct lines into Iraq and Vietnam. London's Forex markets are the most liquid in the world, operating 24 hours a day, and this immense liquidity is critical because it provides the depth needed to absorb large-scale conversions of dinar and dong without causing significant price slippage that you might see in a smaller, less liquid market. More importantly, the UK's financial authorities are known for their pragmatic, albeit strict, approach. Once a revaluation is recognized by the International Monetary Fund and other major bodies, the UK's regulatory framework will allow its premier banks and specialized currency exchanges to engage almost immediately, offering rates that reflect the true global interbank price. For holders of these currencies, accessing the London market, either physically or through established online platforms with UK banking partners, could mean securing a value that is within a fraction of the absolute global peak, thanks to the sheer scale and efficiency of its financial machinery. And that brings us to the final 2 nations on our list, the absolute powerhouses where the convergence of economic might, political will, and strategic necessity will create the most favorable environment for the highest possible exchange rates, starting with the number 2 contender, a nation whose entire modern identity is built upon the principle of monetary strength and global fiscal leadership, Germany, and more specifically, while it may not be the first country that comes to mind for many in the dinar community, Germany's position is unassailable when you examine the cold, hard facts of global finance and Europe's energy security. Germany is the economic engine of the European Union, and its banking titans like Deutsche Bank and Commerzbank are central players in the global financial system, with a deep-seated conservatism that demands absolute verification before engaging in any asset class. This very conservatism is what makes their eventual participation so significant when German financial institutions, known for their rigorous due diligence and risk aversion, officially begin exchanging dinar at a new revalued rate. It will signal the ultimate stamp of legitimacy for the entire world to see. But the real catalyst here is oil and gas. Germany, and Europe at large, has been engaged in a painful and strategic pivot away from Russian energy, forcing them to seek stable, long-term partnerships elsewhere, and Iraq, with its vast untapped oil reserves, stands as a prime candidate for a monumental energy partnership. This creates a powerful economic incentive for Germany to foster incredibly strong relations with Iraq, and facilitating a highly favorable exchange rate for the dinar will be a masterstroke of economic diplomacy, cementing a crucial alliance for the next century. The rates offered in Frankfurt will therefore not just be about currency conversion, they will be a reflection of a grand geopolitical bargain, likely placing them a razor's edge below our number 1 pick. And that brings us to the epicenter, the nation that consistently sets the tempo for global finance and where the most powerful exchange rates for both the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong are projected to occur, the United States of America. The reason for this is threefold and revolves around the undeniable supremacy of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. Firstly, the primary trading pair for any revalued currency seeking global acceptance will be IQD, USD and BND. USD, the New York markets will be where the benchmark global rate is set, and all other exchanges around the world will essentially be pricing their local currencies against that dollar-based benchmark. Secondly, the sheer volume of the U.S. financial system. With its unparalleled liquidity and institutions like the Federal Reserve and major banks like J.P. Morgan Chase and Bank of America means it is the only system capable of absorbing the trillions of dollars in potential new value without triggering hyperinflation or a systemic collapse. This stability guarantees the highest rates. And thirdly, the political dimension is inescapable. The U.S. has invested trillions in Iraq and views a stable, prosperous Iraq as a core strategic interest in the Middle East. A revalued dinar is seen by many analysts as a key tool for that nation's rebuilding and for the repayment of its international obligations, meaning the U.S. government and its financial apparatus have a vested critical interest in ensuring the revaluation is successful, strong, and recognized globally, starting with the most powerful rates right here on Wall Street. So there you have it, the global map to wealth freedom. From Singapore's efficient portals to Dubai's commercial fervor, from London's liquid markets to Germany's legitimizing strength, all culminating in the undeniable financial supremacy of the United States. But knowing this information is only half the battle. The other half is preparation. This is where you need to take immediate and decisive action. Do not wait for the news to break to start figuring out your next move, because that will be far too late. The time for education and strategy is right now. I have compiled all of this research, including contact lists for international currency exchanges, guides on navigating foreign banking regulations, and a step-by-step action plan for each of these top 5 countries into a comprehensive digital resource package. The link to instantly access this vital intelligence is the first one in the description box below this video. Click it, get the package, and transform yourself from a passive hopeful into an active, prepared participant in this historic event. Smash the like button. If this detailed analysis brought you immense value, subscribe to the channel for more data-driven reports, and most importantly, use the information you've been given. The countdown has begun. Make sure you are ready when the clock strikes 0.